Hey, it's unfa. I haven't been doing a car vlog for a long time, so I thought maybe it's time to do one since I have a chance. And this one in particular, I don't have any technical topics, but I would like to maybe talk about what's going on really lately in my life and some ideas for new videos, if you're interested in that. So, you might have noticed I broke a leg some time ago, and I've just finished recovering, officially finished. I'm just now on a trip back home from a hospital, and I'm gonna sit down and work on videos, particularly another video for Ardor. Hopefully I'm gonna be gaining speed with these, because writing scripts is probably the most time-consuming part, and I have already written some material, quite a lot actually. It's like I'm writing a script and then I'm realizing, well, that's getting too long for one video, I need to split it up, and I'm taking chunks of that video and putting it somewhere else and making new videos. So it's like dividing like bacteria, you know, like multiplying cells. There's some shine. Okay, I'm gonna take a turn, so the lighting is gonna change anyway. Whatever. So yeah, I'm working on new videos on the Ardor channel. I've published one last week. I've also published one video on my own channel last week, or was it like a little bit more than last week? Yeah, so it just happened that I've published two videos on two different channels, like 2 days apart or 1 day apart. Yeah, that's just what's happening. Like, you're working for weeks and weeks and then two videos at once. Well, yeah, because, you know, when I'm doing my own videos, it's just me, and I can make an executive decision to release whatever. But when I'm doing videos for Ardor, it's like I need to consult this with the Ardor team, and they sometimes take some time to give me feedback, and that's why the process is a little bit longer. I also often just take some time to make sure some technical details are right, even if someone else is reading or listening to my drafts of the script and didn't notice any problems. Often when I'm just shooting stuff or recording screencasts or recording voiceovers and checking things, I need these. I'm trying out different functions and making sure I know how they work and that they work as I think they are, and that my script reflects the real world situation and that functionality. For example, right now in the Ardor video that I'm making, I was mentioning the feedback detection. Like, there's a function in Ardor that makes sure you don't have a feedback loop in your session, basically routing output of something back to its input. And I felt like that maybe this is broken, because it doesn't act unless you reload the session. So if you make a feedback loop, it's not gonna bother, it's gonna light up the warning, but it's not gonna mute the sound. But if you save a session like that and reload it, then it's not gonna let you play anything unless you remove the feedback loop. And I thought that's maybe a mistake, but it turned out that's intentional. Yeah, so there are many things like that. When I thought I know how something works, but then, you know, I really want to make sure that the videos are 100% or at least 99% correct when it comes to all the technical details and how things work, because, well, this is the official Ardor video training, so you'd better be correct, right? Right? We don't want to have videos on the official Ardor YouTube channel where stuff is not quite right and we need to then like release corrections, and that would be shitty. That would be bad. But mistakes happen anyway, so you know you can't escape all mistakes. Yeah, so maybe about ideas for future videos. I have a few videos in works. One video is about free or public domainish free orchestral sample libraries. The video is basically for people who want to make orchestral music but don't want to buy Contact or East West. Yeah, maybe later I'm gonna try and get Contact to work with Ardor and then make a video how to do that. So if you actually want to buy Contact, or you already have it and you want to use it with Ardor, I'm pretty sure that's possible, but I'm also pretty sure it's not trivial, because, well, there's not going to be a native Linux plugin, so I think some wine-involved trickery is gonna be necessary to get that working. Yeah. So yeah, that's one video about orchestral samples, and like I often do, the video like was supposed to be pretty short, like, you know, just saying, hey, there are some free libraries you can use, and then I went on and explained what is MIDI, what is general MIDI, what is a sound font, why do we need orchestral sample libraries, how difficult it is to make one actually. It kind of explains why they cost money and why they're not free. If you think about what is involved in producing a decent orchestral sample library, it's freaking mind-boggling that it's even possible. It's almost like making a movie. I think the cost is, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the cost of making a decent orchestral sample library is like $1 million or something. So you have to make this up somehow. It's an investment. You're not gonna spend that money to produce something to give it out for free, because you would just starve if you were doing this stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong about that. People should be paid for their work, so yeah, if they want to give it out for free, okay, but yeah. So that's one video. Another video, I'm making a video about Dragonfly Reverb, because I was suggested to use it, but on Linux Mint there wasn't a package in the repositories for it, so I didn't really try it out because I was just using mverb, and I really like mverb. But Dragonfly Reverb, this is really good. I think it's actually better than mverb. The sound is just as smooth, but it has way more options to customize the sound, and yeah, I love Dragonfly Reverb. It's really good. So I want to make a video about it. My idea after starting the new series, or new season as you might call it, I don't know. Basically the first video, why I only use open source software for music production, and the second one after that, what software do I use. These are the two videos that just kind of kickstarted this series. My idea was to, after that, just make short videos about every single thing I mentioned in the second one of these. But then I got other ideas and other requests from people, so I made the video about macrolearn in Syncfusion, because it's a great function and I get asked a lot of questions about this. How do you automate things in Syncfusion? And I felt like it's not super easy to understand how it works. I like trying to guess how to use it. It's kind of tricky, so I thought it's time to make a video about this, and so everybody can just take advantage of this functionality and make awesome sounds, and also use it to perform live, because that's possible. And like as usual, that video was supposed to be pretty short, but I then expanded it to include the history of the feature, what came before it, and like also actually shown how to use the legacy mechanism MIDI learn. And yeah, as I also like tested out if it actually works as I thought it worked, and yeah, it was a bit more involved than I initially thought, but I think the video is worth it. But I really want to ask you also, is that in-depth approach that I'm having, is that good? Do you think that that makes the videos better? Or maybe should I start making shorter videos, like, you know, 3-5 minutes instead of 17, 10? And just focus on one thing and one thing only, not go into detail of all around and history. Just let me know. I'm really curious to hear your ideas. Should I be making detailed videos like I used to, or should I try and make less detailed videos, just more focused ones? Yeah. What's more? What more videos I was making? Yeah, I want to make a video about Carla, the non-linear plugin host. Actually, it can work in a linear mode too, just like a plugin rack. There was a program called Jackrack. I used to use that before I discovered Carla, and it's what the name suggests. It's a rack where you can load basically lots of plugins. I don't think it supports LV2 even. Yeah, it's an old program. Carla just is way better. So yeah, people were asking me a lot about things like, how do you route audio from Jack to OBS? Or can you process your voice live and send it to Discord for video voice chats or video chats? And I thought like all of that falls into under the category of make a video about Carla, because Carla is an amazing piece of software. And like if I'm ever going for any live audio applications, I always use Carla. I used Carla during live performances with a band on stage. I use Carla all the time when I'm capturing and live streaming. Oh no, I can't pick this up. Someone interrupted me. So I use Carla all the time when I'm recording my videos and live streaming, because I pre-process my audio to, you know, remove some lows, compress it a little bit, de-ess it, EQ it. That's all the stuff I'm doing. And I'm also like combining audio from two microphones. One is the main microphone you see in front of me, and the other one is a little bit backed off. And I'm doing some really insane stuff, because I'm using like the two microphones in mid-side. It's not like a left-right channel. I'm using them in mid-side, and it's interesting because it creates this. It creates a stereo image, because of course the signal from one is going to be different than the other, but also it's like it's not obvious where stuff is. It's not like it's you can say, hey, this sound comes from the left, this sound comes from the right. It's like it is a stereo image, but it's not really clear. And I kind of like that, because it adds a little bit more like air and depth to the whole audio thing. And also you can hear my clicks and keyboard presses, where with just one microphone you can't really hear any of that. And I think it makes the videos a little bit more tactile. But again, I like to hear your feedback. In the next other video, I'm gonna use some parts where I'm just recording a voiceover, and it's like dry sound recorded just from the main mic up close. And I wonder if that's gonna be better or worse. So yeah, what that's gonna be released. Let me know. What do you think? Should I like use this stereo-ish sound, or should I just go for mono and just use the main mic? Because the upside of using the main mic is that there's less noise, because the second microphone, it picks up a lot of noise, so it needs to be really quiet for the overall sound to be acceptable. Plus, I don't really want a lot of stereo image. I just want a little bit to make it feel a little bit more alive, less in a box. But maybe that's a silly idea. I don't know. Okay, that's my trip is over. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.